So, we've discussed how to narrow your topic and how to identify keywords and synonyms to use as search terms. And we know the scope of your project and the type of information you seek.
Right. I'm seeking some background introductory information on Arthurian legend and literature. Then I need to find copies of the Mallory text as well as some contemporary adaptations of Arthurian legend from popular culture. Then I'm hoping to find some criticism and interpretation that ties it all together, and to see what theoretical paradigms of literary criticism have been used to examine this topic. I want a better understanding of what scholars have written about the topic, so that I can add to this scholarly conversation, as it were.
You can use the library catalog to find editions of your primary text, including scholarly edited standard editions, such as editions of works published by university presses that have been edited by known scholars in the field. You can also search the catalog for reference resources that give you background and contextual information, such as encyclopedias and companions.
Good.
And the catalog will give you information about academic monographs that include criticism and interpretation on your topic. But we can also use other types of bibliographic finding aids, such as the MLA International Bibliography, to track down literary criticism.
Yes, I see.
So to find information about books and other media and resources held in UCLA libraries and collections, you can search the UCLA Library Catalog. Information about the books housed here in the English Reading Room can also be found in the library catalog.
Look here, such great works, the giants of philosophy, history, music, art, literature, science. It goes on and on. And what are all these letters and numbers? PR2045. Oh my, is it... I think we've stumbled upon a secret code.
This is a code, but it's not secret. It's the Library of Congress classification system, used to arrange and organize book collections so that material on the same topic can be shelved in the same section. Many university libraries and collections use this shelving system, including the English Reading Room. This shelving code, along with other pertinent location information, will tell you where to find the books and other material you'll find listed in the library catalog. So you see, using the library catalog makes it a breeze to find your way through the library stacks. I showed you where to find the library catalog under Search and Find on the library website, or you can link to it here under Find Resources, UCLA Library Catalog. Let's see what we find when we search for works by Sir Thomas Malory. We find 87 entries, including books and other media such as sound recordings. Results include edited scholarly editions, such as this one from the University of California Press. If you look at the location information, you'll see we have a non-circulating copy of this in the English Reading Room, and there's a circulating copy in YRL that can be checked out. Some students might be seeking editions rendered into contemporary English, such as this Ackroyd version, or this Baines edition. Or some researchers might be seeking illustrated editions, such as this facsimile edition in the Clark Library, which is one of the special collections that houses rare books and manuscripts. If you recall, we found information about the Clark Library earlier when we were exploring the list of library special collections. But wait, there's even more. In addition to rare print copies housed in primary text collections, look what happens when we sort by publication date. We get links to online facsimiles of early editions through the Early English Books Online database. You can search Early English Books Online directly, or EEBO as it's sometimes called. And there's a link to it in the Research Guide for Literatures in English and in the list of databases, but records for works that we can access through EEBO are also included in our library catalog with links to the actual texts.
I'm astonished. I had no idea such riches were within such easy reach.
If you're looking for material by authors who have lots and lots of works, and lots of editions of those works. Such as Shakespeare, an author search may not be the most efficient method. You can narrow your search by adding additional terms in a keyword search. For example, if you know which edition you seek, include those terms, such as the editor's name. Or if you're just looking for a reliable annotated scholarly edition from a university press, you can include those types of terms in your search. See, the ERR has the OUP edition of Mallory's works as well.
Fascinating. So now that I know how to find editions of Mallory, how do I find general background information on Arthurian literature and Arthurian legend?
There are some excellent online reference resources you can locate through some of the research guides, including the Guide for English, and we'll look at that later. But you can also track down companions and introductions through the library catalog. Can you think of what type of search terms you might use to find companions or introductions to Mallory or Arthurian literature and legend?
How about companion to Arthurian legend?
Let's try searching for companion Arthurian. Remember, the more terms we add, the more we're narrowing the search results. We get results for companions to Arthurian legend, Arthurian literature, a companion to Mallory. Notice that one of these companions is even available online as an electronic resource. So you'll want to make sure you're connecting through the proxy server or VPN client from off-campus.
Excellent!
You'll notice the library catalog is performing an AND search when you do a keyword search, so all of your terms are being searched. You also might find subject-specific encyclopedias, so let's see what happens if we use the advanced search screen to combine some Boolean searches, like we discussed when we went over Boolean operators. Let's search for companion or encyclopedia by choosing any of these words, and Arthurian. In addition to the types of companions we found before, we also see a record for the New Arthurian Encyclopedia, which you'll find here in the English Reading Room.
Yes, that looks like a good place to start for contextual background information and a broad introductory overview. I shall peruse that. So now, how might I find some film adaptations of the Arthurian legend?
Why don't you tell me what terms you might use as a starting point?
King Arthur and film or films?
Okay, now remember, the library catalog includes material about all subjects, so there could be records that include the words King and Arthur, but not necessarily be about your King Arthur. So when searching a multidisciplinary resource, you might also consider using terms specific to your topic, such as Arthurian. And if you find some records that are right on track, you can also click on the subject heading link, Arthurian Romances in Motion Pictures, to find other titles on this subject.
So how might I find out if there are comic books themed after King Arthur and Camelot?
Let's try it. You can always revise your search and try other terms if your search doesn't turn up what you need. Let's try Camelot, comic, ? To look for comics or comic books. And here we are, Camelot 3000, which seems to be a futuristic comic adaptation of Arthurian legend. Notice this copy is shelved in SRLF, which stands for the Southern Regional Library Facility. For SRLF books, you use the Request an Item button to page something and have it routed to one of the libraries on the delivery destination list for pickup the following working day. You also use this Request an Item button to recall an item that is currently checked out.
Splendid! So it is indeed. Now to find criticism and interpretations.
Well, you've seen some records in the catalog for books and book chapters on your topic, but you'll also want to find peer-reviewed journal articles. The library catalog will give you information about journal titles, but to find out what articles are in the various journals, we need to use an article index or an article database or other type of bibliographic finding aid. Let's take a quick look at some of these databases so that you know where to find these types of resources and how to utilize them.
Quite right. By all means.